Shut up and sit down.
Welcome to the Big Blue Offensive Podcast with Mike Trainer, Jay Jules, and John Depot. Hey, what's up, Giants fan? Welcome to the BBO NYG Podcast. I'm Mike. That's Jules. That's John. Guys, I don't know how your weekend was, but it started off pretty terrible with the Giant game. Then I had an implant done. Jules, I went to go see Jimmy, from the neighborhood. I don't want to say his last name, but
Jim.
good. Yeah, great. Good work, man. I was pretty much in and out of there getting the first part of the implant done. Got me on a bunch of pills and shit too. But I tell you, man, it just reminded me we all grew up with each other. And it's just funny how some of us grew up to be dentists. Some of us grew up to be podcasters, and others just went to prison for stabbing or doing drugs or selling drugs. Just crazy how life works out. But man, I tell you, man, that's it. It started off bad on Sunday, man. I was gonna go and start off the podcast saying, fuck the Giants. I'm sick of this shit. I'm tired of all this fucking losing. But I tell you what, man,
I think you fuck.
I don't know, man. I think I want to get people to kind of understand this. All right, we fired Garrett, right? Put in Freddie Kitchens. Didn't change a thing. All right, so we let Jones go. We put in Mike Lennon. It actually got worse. It's not Barkley. It's not Joe Judge. It's just the plain old fact that you can't run offensive plays. You can't have these with these backup guys. You have no time to develop offensive plays. I see Mike Glennon get hit numerous times. I thought he was going to get hurt in the first quarter. I didn't realize after the game was over, he would have a concussion. Now he'd be out, be starting at somebody else on the third week, but he was just getting blasted. I mean, it's almost like the offensive line just forgot how to play football since that New Orleans game. So I'm going to start off the podcast, kind of I don't know, still having the Giants back and defending them a little bit. Maybe not management because, maybe they should have got a good backup, quarterback, a good backup offensive line. I'm starting to see that. I'm starting to see the light. But I don't know. What do you guys think about that? Do you think do you think everything's a culmination of not having a great offensive line where the coach have to coach different, the quarterbacks can't play, they're playing scared? Do you think it all just, Barkley's not having a good year because they're saying he sucks, he got to get traded, but there's no holes open up? I mean, if you watched the New England game last night where they ran the ball 180 times, I seen holes on the TV. I actually got hard. I was like, holy shit. Can you imagine that on the fucking Giants? That's how I was looking at it last night. What do you guys think?
Well, listen, I got to say one thing. Those pills that Jimmy must be prescribing must be damn good because you were like, yo, how was your weekend? So Sunday, I was watching the Giants game. I'm like, what the fuck happened to Friday night and Saturday, bro? You just jumped to Sunday? That's a hell of a weekend right there. That's all I got to say. I'm like, yo, I think there's a couple things wrong with my tooth. I got to go get that shit checked out, bro. It's I can just check out and be like, yo, what happened on Sunday?
I just wanted pain meds.
I kind of had the same kind of similar kind of reaction on my weekend. I mean, I did remember going to brunch on Saturday, and I remember hanging out after work for a little bit for happy hour on Friday. But those two kind of merged together a little bit. I got into a little bit of college football, and man, I was riding high, called that Alabama was going to win. I just knew they were going to beat Georgia because they always beat Georgia in the SEC championship game. That's like choke city for fucking Georgia. Yeah. And then, I got a little carried away and started rolling the bets on fucking Iowa and Michigan because I was like, Michigan ain't for real. They're fucking full of shit. Iowa's going to give them a game. And we all know how that turned out, But anyway, that's how the weekend went.
That's a fun weekend.
All right. And then we rolled into that fucking Giants game. Listen, there's so much that could be said, so much that we could go on about. We could repeat ourselves, sounding like we're fucking on a hamster wheel, just running in fucking place. The offensive line, play call, and coaching, this mismanagement of the clock, all this nonsense. I mean, look, there's a reason why Mike Lennon's a backup. And he showed it, throwing in the double coverage, holding on to the ball. Look, yes, he got hit a lot, but he also held the ball a little bit long. He had no kind of clock. He never felt some sort of urgency in that pocket. A lot of times if you look back and you look at some of the games with Daniel Jones and really watch it, he's got that clock going. He'll know he's back there 2-3 times. The only knock you could say there is sometimes he's not looking for an extra read because he's like, shit, I got to get rid of this football. So it was Mike Glennon adjusting to that. Defense, look soft as usual, like I said, because we play that soft fucking zone. And, we'll get into more about that with Ryan making the comments he made about how fucking, like, if he was like 2-3-yard passes. Well, guess what? That's what your defensive coordinator allows, dude. He allows the other teams to throw 3-4 yards every fucking play. So we get the 3rd and 4. And guess what? They get a 5-yard gain, a 6-yard gain, a 7-yard gain. First down, keep moving the ball. And then it's like, they eat the shit out of the clock and they kick a field goal and we don't score. And then they come down and eat the clock some more. They kick another field goal. We're down 6. Before you know it, they're up fucking 13 and we score our first points, bro. It's just been never ending. So that was my take so far on what we're talking about for the game.
How was your weekend, John?
The weekend started off pretty good. I went to my fiance's friend's 30th birthday, and we had the first of its kind I've ever seen. A DJ was deaf. I'm not sure if he was actually deaf, but he had the volume so loud that my ears are still ringing Tuesday night, 5 days later.
It'd be hard to hear it.
What's his name, John? What's his name? DJ Jazzy Deaf? Oh,
that's bro.
Got him.
We're 6 minutes in and we already have a title for the episode.
Oh man!
I'll write that shit down.
I'm telling you, it was so annoying. Saturday was cool. I went out with my brother and sister and their spouses and shit. We went to this dinner. I got his pork chop. That was no joke. It was like 6 inches thick. It was the craziest thing I've ever. It was the biggest single piece of meat I've ever had in my life, like at a restaurant before. It was good too.
And let me guess, this restaurant was in New Jersey.
Angelica's in New Jersey.
Yeah, bro. Like yo, I don't know what was it with the Flintstones. What town did they live in?
Bedrock,
right? So it's like, it's like all of fucking New Jersey. Like it shouldn't be the armpit no more. It's simply fucking just like the bedrock of the tri-state. Because every time John tells a story about going out, I got like an 18-inch fucking steak.
Bro.
Cooked to perfection. Like, yo, where the fuck you get this shit, man? In Manhattan, I'm lucky if you fucking get like a fucking nice little 8-ounce steak or some shit. Like,
there's a lot of good restaurants in Jersey, man. You got there's not like a lot of awesome things about Jersey. But I will say there's an unlimited amount of like good restaurants to go to. Then watch the Giants just get again embarrassed.
John, hold up. They do got the worst place in Jersey. It exists, MetLife Stadium. That's the worst building in Jersey. So they do got plenty of shit.
Air conditioning system.
Yeah, that's why they keep that shit in the swamp so the bodies are buried.
It's just that's the thing that's just annoying. Like, why do we have to why do we have to get embarrassed for? Like, I get like, all right, you know what? The players weren't as good as we thought, whatever. But like, they're just missing that Joe Judge punch him in the nose for 60. I don't sense that.
Mike Glennon started, John. Like, what do people really expect on Sunday?
I wasn't expecting him to go out there and score 6 touchdowns, but I don't know, just from the team as a whole. Like, you know what? Maybe it's just one of those things as a fan when you're not watching your team score. It just looks like they don't care. They're not trying, and it's just perceived through the television for that to be the case.
Yo, maybe Joe Judge is like a slapper. You know what I mean? Like he don't fucking like when he got into that beef last year with the coach and all that shit. Maybe he didn't punch him. Like maybe he ain't that type of dude that just comes up and like knocks his shit out of somebody. He's like a slapper. He's like, I slap the shit out of you. I don't know if you ever saw that South Park episode where that dude was just slapping people. Like maybe that's Joe Judge.
Slappity slap.
Soft, bro. He's like slap. You know, he's just like I slap you.
He's like the gay guy on South Park. So I'm gonna slap because his son like he didn't want him to play basketball. He wanted him to fucking be in like plays and shit. That shit was hysterical.
Right? So if you haven't seen it, just put in like Google search or YouTube or some shit and put slap in South Park and you'll know what the fuck I'm talking about, all right? Because that's 100% what that's like, man. Maybe Joe Judge lacks that fucking fight, that bite, that punch that we don't think he has. Like that.
I don't think so.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. You got a question?
Yeah, John. I'll tell you why after you're done.
Like he doesn't seem like he's the type of guy that's like that. They're missing something. Like there's just something missing from the team. Like they play so below their like actual talent level. I feel like on an individual like basis, if you take this player, whoever you want to say, and put him on a different team, not even saying, oh, Bill Belichick's, no, just any fucking team, any top 12, 14 team, they're gonna play to what their expectations are. But for whatever reason, they just don't on the Giants. I don't know.
Well,
It's
like
just fucking annoying that like all these fucking losers who just talk shit about the Giants. You fucking argue with them all the time,
yeah.
and they just fucking go out there and just prove these fucking assholes right. And it's just like, bro, go grab your fucking balls, impose your fucking will on the opponent, and goddamn win some fucking football games. Like for you and for us. Like fucking do it already, bro.
Well, they won 4, so they won some.
What do you want? I mean, Jules, like honestly, guys, like what do you want them to do? The defenses on average are holding like teams like on average like 18 points a game, right? Take out a few games, a few blowouts or whatever. So the defense is pretty much playing up to their capabilities. I know they play that soft zone sometimes, it gets people frustrated, but 18 goddamn points a game in the NFL. If you look around the league on Sunday, every other team was scoring more than fucking like 25 points. You know, it was like 35, 40, 35, 30. It was a lot of high scoring games. And then I'm looking at the Giants. I'm like, all right, another game they hold them, you know, a team under those fucking that threshold, but our offense can't do anything for the whole goddamn game. And then they want like people will bitch about like how Joe Judge like on 4th and 2 from the Dolphins 46, and they were trailing 10-6 at the time. They didn't go for it, they punted. But I'm like, defenses know the offense is getting like Mike Glennon, you're going to throw the ball. They're going to tee up on him. They're not going to get the fucking 4th down. So you might as well punt and hope for a fucking turnover. You know, I mean, what do you want this guy to do? I don't understand that. And then Joe Judge comes out in the media after the game and says, hey, you know, there's some positive things. I like the way the guys are doing or whatever. He's just feeding the media bullshit because the media just loves to fucking turn shit around. They love to flip the shit on him. And then I'll tell you a quick story about that. You know, Jason La California, whatever. He's like one of the fucking football writers or whatever. He quoted Wesley Steinberg saying like, and there we go. Like, you believe this? Like, he really thinks this guy is real. And Wesley Steinberg, you know, he's a fake account, the troll account. He said this. He said the Giants head coach Joe Judge on the decision to punt on 4th and 2. Oh, we're executing for 60 minutes to try and win. We felt it was necessary to try to get Riley Dixon involved early, as we knew he was going to be big for us this week. And he took it as a real quote from Joe Judge. So, like, fuck the media, fuck them. They're always trying to turn the tables. They're trying to get Joe Judge out of town. They're trying to get Jones out of town. They're trying to get Barkley out of town. They're trying to get Mara to sell the team. Like, everybody stop feeding into that bullshit. Stop feeding what you fucking believe in, because I'll tell you what. Now, answer this question. Besides that, I want you guys your honest opinion. Say in this draft, we use one draft pick on a pass rusher, and we use, for instance, all the other draft picks on offensive line. What else do you think this team needs besides that? Honestly,
Nothing.
Where? What else?
Nothing. With this team being relatively healthy, they need nothing more than a bona fide pass rusher and an acceptable offensive line. That's it. You can run back every single other person on the roster, from fucking Daniel Jones to fucking Clavon Chase on the fucking special teams kid.
That's why I believe.
Listen, I honestly, I can't say that it's all just the offensive line. I cannot. There's no way. And if we got one more pass rusher to be on the opposite end of Ojulari, it would make all the difference in the world. No, I can't believe that, because you know what? Bradbury doesn't look like Bradbury of last year. He's not locking down receivers like he should have, right? You know, Jalen Waddle basically was lined up against him all day on Sunday, and Waddle was making him look bad. You know what I mean? And this isn't the first game.
Yeah, but that's not a good matchup for Bradbury, though. That's a guy that they stick Adoree Jackson on because of the speed.
I get that, but like that maybe that's what was missing. Maybe Jackson not being in the game was missing. But you know what? And I'm not saying we need to go out and get another secondary ball player or another corner. I'm not trying to say that, but is that defense just one player away, or maybe one or two? And I think it's closer to one or two, right? I understand when Blake Martinez comes back, yes, he's going to be there, but who's going to be his complementary linebacker? Reggie Ragland, who's been okay.
Trey
Crowder. Maybe we could still use another linebacker to go with Blake. You know what I'm trying to say?
I agree.
Really fill that hole up and really get that kind of run stopping type defense where guys are going to come up and they're going to fill the hole. Or if they do blitz, they're going to come in, or they could cover a fucking tight end occasionally, right? You're going to need that kind of shit. So yes, we would be better on defense with a pass rusher, but I can't say that that's the only thing that's missing. And then as far as the offensive line is concerned, yeah, sure. We know we got to draft one or two, at least this draft coming, at least one or two. If not for one reason, of being obviously to get better players. But the other reason being, which basically shot ourselves in the foot, we expected to go in with 6 fucking offensive linemen this year to start the season, and that we were going to have all 6 of these offensive linemen healthy and playing better than they did in 2020 by this point in the season. And you can't expect that. Yes, you go do your craft, you get better at it, you're expected to improve on something that you do all the time with practice and the right type of training, but you cannot account for injuries. And we definitely did not account for injuries. So yes, maybe these guys would have been better. Do I think Lemieux and them would have been better than what we currently have? Of course. But do I think they would be a world difference? I don't know. We're never going to find that out. But the problem is that we didn't take the consideration that shit. What if one of these guys gets hurt? What if 2 of these guys get hurt?
One would be fine.
One of those guys don't improve? Huh?
One would be fine. I could accept that. I think they can patch that up.
Right,
but not fucking 3 or 4 at times. That's insane.
Look at all the different factors you got to throw in there, right? Like, what if more than one guy gets hurt, which happened, right? But what also too that was kind of left out of the the thought process here is, we were expecting these guys, these linemen, to improve. What if they didn't? What if Nick Gates just stayed the same as he was last year? What if Lemieux got worse? Right? Listen, I'm not saying he would, but these are just things you have to account for. And if you're not bringing in extra guys, how are you accounting for it? And I think that's where some of the mistakes were made.
If Nick Gates was 2020 Nick Gates for 17 games this season, we would have won more games this year. Nick Gates is a supreme upgrade over fucking what we've been running out there in the interior this year.
And Price, yeah, maybe, but
maybe no, definitely.
Of course, definitely better than Score. The Score was terrible. Look, that guy's just doing what he has to do, and I understand.
Horrible.
And I shouldn't say he's terrible. He's a good offensive lineman. He's just not at the caliber of the NFL's level. That's kind of the way you got to describe things, right? When a guy sucks, yeah, he sucks for the NFL level.
Yeah, right.
Guy in the Arena League, or you put him up in Canada, something like that. He might be a star up there. You never know, right? Or he'll be a lot better. It's just that when you're at the cream of the crop, and this is the best talent that this sport has to offer, at least that's what the NFL says. That's what they put out there every week, right? The best talent that this sport has to offer. Yeah, you're going to find guys that just aren't on that level. You know what I mean? And you just got to deal with it. And unfortunately, that's what this offensive line is. And like I said, I think where the mistake came is that we were under the notion that we were going to just repeat exactly like last year, have no injuries. Guys were going to improve. Everything was going to be better, and they were going to come together and gel. But what happens when one guy gets hurt, 2 guys get hurt, or if one of those guys just didn't improve? Like, we thought putting Hernandez on the right side was going to be a huge improvement, and he was going to take over, and he was going to be that next right guard that we had. He was going to be the next man up. He's been doing good, but he hasn't been great. I can't sit here and say confidently that Hernandez's 21 play versus the 2020 play is that much better, because it's not. It's better, sure, but it's not like world renowned where you're like, oh my God, he's going to the Pro Bowl. No. So guys didn't improve. Guys got hurt, and we didn't put depth. And that's where this offensive line has fallen apart. I mean, shit, let's take a look at it. We joked, all of us, all 3 of us and other guys that we've had on this show, about how many wide receivers we had, right? We were like, oh my God, we got like fucking 9 of them. What are we going to do with it? And here we are, where there's still fucking Coleman out there now running fucking routes. So in that position, where literally you generally only play maybe 2 or 3 at a time on the field, we had 9 guys to start the season. But when it came to the offensive line where you have to play 5, we had 6. That man doesn't add up, fellas. That man does not add up. I'm just saying.
Galladay got hurt again this week. A rib injury for the Dolphins player running up and trying to punch the ball out of his hands when he was already out of bounds. And no flag, of course. They don't call flag with the Giants. Definitely not. You don't call flags on a loser fucking team. But yeah, it's frustrating. But honestly, did people I'd seen Giants social media, Twitter, all that. They absolutely lost their minds. Fire everybody, get everybody out of here. But did you really expect Mike Glennon to go out there and fucking win the game? You haven't been paying attention then. Roll the fuck up. We know what the deal is. I swear, people should just watch a Giant game, right? And watch a Tampa Bay put both of the offenses on each TV and just watch how much time Tom Brady has. It's literally just like night and day. It's almost a joke. I understand.
It's comical, bro. It's comical.
Dude, it's so beyond frustrating being a Giant fan. I get everybody's frustration. I get people yelling at each other. We got people coming up. We got I owe bets to these fucking losers that fuck coming after me to donate to a charity. So I can't renege on the bet, even though I fucking want to, because fuck that Herb. Yeah, I'm talking about you, Chris McGuire, whatever the fuck your name is, you cunt. But fuck these people. But yeah, I'm gonna pay for every your fucking stupid fucking thing is. But I tell you, man, it's beyond frustrating being a Giant fan now. I get it. Something's got to change. And of course, management's gonna go. And maybe that'll make a difference. But we'll see. I just don't want to be another rebuild for the next 3-4 years, 5 years again. I can't take no more of this shit.
I think now that we just lost to Miami, and not even just lost to them. I mean, at the end of the day, for the majority of the game, it was within a score. One big play from Saquon or the offense or the defense or the special teams. Just one big play could have been a tie game late. But just like I said, it's just annoying. And now we're going to be looking at, you're definitely getting a new front office, and we're going to have to go into those waters seeing, really what happens. Like you said, maybe it's Kevin Abrams, maybe it's not. I don't know. It depends on what happens. I think a lot of it depends on what happens the next, was it 5 games left now at this point?
That's it.
If they end up going fucking, 2-3, 1-4 in next 5 games, I don't even think Joe Judge is safe.
Well, let me ask you this. So hold up, right? Like you work the next 5 games. To me personally, I'm just gonna come out and tell you already, and then I want your opinions. But to me, the next 5 games mean absolutely fucking nothing. All right, they don't mean shit. Like really, wait, what's gonna fucking change if the Giants rattle off the next 5 wins? What? What's gonna change? What, we played spoiler? Maybe we fucked Dallas out of like a home game for the playoffs. Maybe we knocked Washington and Philly out. Like, really, what the fuck is going to change? We'll have 9 wins. Oh, we had a winning season. Oh, my God. Wow. So, everybody's going to be high-fiving each other? Like, seriously, there's going to be the same talk, the same frustration, the same bullshit. And the only thing is, we're going to let Jazz pick. Now, look, I'm not trying to say I don't want to win the next 5 games. But really, what the fuck would change so monumentally if they won the next 5 games somehow? Somehow fucking Fromm comes in and beats the Chargers this week, right? And then all of a sudden, Daniel Jones comes back healthy and Gallup, everybody's healthy. And we just go out there and look, it's like the best fucking, it's like the Rams, the best show on turf, right? Like, no, it ain't gonna make a fucking difference. Nor would it if we lose the next 5. What is everybody gonna say? But if they we suck anyway, they want to fire Joe Judge. They want to run Daniel Jones out of town. So what difference does it make if we lost the next 5 games? Ain't gonna make a fucking difference either way, in my opinion. You want to just beat maybe the division just because you can't stand them and not get embarrassed with the other guys. That's it. Like, to me, that's all the fuck is left for this season.
Well, listen, if they win 5 games in a row, they're probably going to make the playoffs. And
I think that ship sailed.
So I don't know if I 100% agree with what you're saying. But if they lose 5 games in a row, it would be 6 games in a row, really. 7. They won last week, yeah. So they would have lost 6 games in a row. I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see what happens at the end of the season, guys. Mid-January it's going to be now. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. The good thing is we do have a bunch of draft picks, and they could overhaul a lot in the trenches with those 5 picks in the first 3 rounds.
I tell you, I hate like, not rooting for the Giants to win. I can't be that person on a Sunday, but like at the same time, it's like almost like, all right, just lose so we get a higher draft pick. I get those people, but I can't do that to myself where I'm sitting there watching a Giant game and I just root for them to fucking lose. Like, I love the Giants so much, but it fucks with my head a little bit. It's like, oh man, we could get more this guy fucking Avenir for Alabama. Like, he's a fucking monster. If we just continue to lose, maybe we get the 3rd draft pick, because you know what? You got teams like Philly with 2 draft picks. They get Miami's, they get somebody else's. They might be ahead of us. The Jets are probably going to be ahead of us with 2 picks because they're getting somebody else's. So it's like, they're going to fuck with us. Somebody's going to fucking take, you know what I mean?
Well, that's why the Eagles beating the Jets was big, because literally they flip-flop. So now the Jets are definitely ahead of us with 2. They got 2 picks ahead of us. And then it's us 2. And then like the Eagles, like literally 6 picks in a row where it's just 3 teams picking. So I get what you're saying. I mean, it's going to be weird because we got to play the Bears one more time, and that's one of our picks that's there. I think Seattle is one. I don't know if Seattle is with the Jets or if they're with the Eagles, but I know I think it's the Jets actually when they traded their safety last season, if I'm not mistaken. So one of
Adams?
those picks is Seattle. So Seattle winning in the 49ers was
Oh,
good.
yeah.
They got a couple of games down the line where if they win a few, one of the Jets picks might fall off. So, I mean, there is a way where we could sneak up without losing, right? Because don't forget, we play the Bears. You know, that's going to hurt them. That's one more loss on their fucking record that they're already ahead with their pick on as one of ours. So, like, maybe we sneak in one versus the two, you know, and then you just kind of root for the Bears to lose out. So there's a couple of different scenarios there where you don't have to go in on every Sunday being like, oh, God, I want the Giants to win, but I don't.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I get it. I feel you with that, Mike, because it's like you look at the defensive, the end from Oregon. You look at the kid Hutchinson from Michigan, right? Then you look at that dude Neal from the offensive tackle from fucking Alabama. You're like, damn, I want one of them motherfuckers, man. Them dudes are great, dude.
I know, man.
What an addition that would be for our team. And then you realize it's like, yo, we're probably not going to get one of those guys because they're probably going in the top 4, right? With the argument of being that safety out of Notre Dame and then maybe that other corner. I forget what college he's out of, but there's this other really nasty corner that's out there too. That's basically your top 5. You know, at least that's what's sort of being tossed around as far as projections are concerned. But then there's some other real good interior linemen, man, that are right fucking there that like are falling to where we're looking to draft.
Right.
You know, and then it's a matter of whether or not we do that. And like I said, all this is going to come into better play in the next month, you know, by the time we get closer to the new year and all that kind of nonsense. And it's unfortunate that we're currently having this conversation once again. You know, and look, you know, in all honesty, I'd love to go 3-2 so that at the very least, when we said 7 games and we fucking laughed at it, we at least get that and you push and you don't lose your money, right? It's a fucking push, right? So you just lose the vig, and if you didn't have the vig, you're supposed to get your money back. But you know,
not with fucking Jones being out for the year. That's just not fucking happening. Yeah, you know, it sucks, Jules, about like the whole like draft process, man. It's just like, yeah, sure. Like if these fucking quarterbacks that were coming out this year were getting any kind of, if they were any good, if they were any getting a lot of hype, there'd be possible trade ups to get quarterbacks and take people out of that position. There'd be more players for us available to take. And it sucks, man. It really sucks that these quarterbacks are so whack that they're not going to, nobody's going to trade up for one.
It's a little bit of that. And it's a little bit of what happened this past year. It's a combination of the two. This draft class for quarterbacks, when we went into this year, got so hyped. I mean, look, you two had a crazy bet that like fucking 20 of them were going to go in the first round, right? John was like, no, Mike, you're crazy. And you were like, nah, John, you're crazy. They're going to draft 15 quarterbacks in the first round. You know, and the reality was it got so overhyped that Mac Jones was what, the 5th quarterback taken off the board? Mac Jones?
15,
and
right?
He at 15, and he's having the best season of any of them for this year.
Like
you can't picture that, right? You know, and Trevor Lawrence, look, he's just on a terrible team, and like it's showing. And I don't know how good, you know, Urban Meyer is in the transition between college and the NFL. So there's a lot of that playing. Trey Lance, I said, was going to be a bust. I wasn't a big fan of him. You know, Zach Wilson, I don't know. We'll still say the jury's out, I guess. You know, and then Justin Fields. Remember when all the talk was how stupid the Giants were for making that trade because, oh my God, we could have had Justin Fields. Yeah, I'm glad that shit's been quiet. But remember that nobody talks about that nonsense anymore, right? And Thank now God. It's just, oh, we got 2 first-round picks. Oh, yeah, can't wait. Look at our fucking chops, right? Well, you know, but nobody says anything that we passed on Mac Jones. But anyway,
right.
With all that said, with that many quarterbacks being taken that early last year, it makes teams cautious this year. You know, you see your Houston team that knows that even with a good starting quarterback coming out of college, maybe like a Peyton Manning-esque or something like that, isn't really going to turn your franchise around. It's going to win you a few more games, but it's not that type of franchise that's ready to turn on the drop of a hat with that quarterback coming in. But yet, you could put a stud defensive player there that you know you could build around that on defense. And it's a lot easier where that guy can still be a stud. And the more and more players you start to put in, it's fine. He's not getting hit. He's doing the hitting. It's a better cornerstone piece to build on. Just like if you have, you know, that left tackle out of Alabama, you know what? That guy's going to be blocking. He's not going to get messed up. He's going to be holding down his job, and you're going to build around that. So, you know, teams are seeing that, and they're like, why am I going to take a chance on one of these quarterbacks? Even though I think the kid out of Ole Miss is pretty legit, and I could see him starting. I can't think of his name right now, but you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
You know, that's what the fear is. You know, you have a year where you see all these quarterbacks taken, and it's a kind of a flop so far, especially with Trevor Lawrence supposed to be this, you know, generational quarterback, and he hasn't been showing like that. And it scares them. And now you start going back to the interior line and the offensive line. And unfortunately, it's the fucking year the Giants decide to do it.
Well, it's funny, Juice, you bring up Trevor Lawrence because he's playing on a shit fucking line in Jacksonville. They're terrible. They can barely open up like running holes. I mean, they're better than the Giants, don't get me wrong. But Trevor Lawrence is struggling because of that aspect. If you put him in New England, he's throwing more. He's throwing more than 3 times last night, fellas. You know what I'm saying? If rain, snow, I don't give a fuck. Trevor Lawrence is airing that fucking ball out. But hey, whatever, man. I don't know what to do, man. We just gotta, I guess, wait for the fucking shit to hit the fan at MetLife Stadium and that fucking what John calls the AC Stadium, piece of shit stadium.
Yeah, guys, it's another lost season officially. It sucks. It's the reality that we've been dealing with for now a decade. And
God,
a decade, bro. It's a fucking decade now. I mean, listen, prior to that decade, we won 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. So, just think about that. Every time you think about the Giants, just put on a highlight reel of Victor Cruz, something like that. Do something like, just be nostalgic and it'll get us through. Because listen, there are some teams that suck like we do that don't have Super Bowls to look back on.
God, I would have to break out my VCR to fucking throw in those fucking tapes. That's how long it's been. I don't know where the hell my VCR is.
Let's not talk VCR, bro. We're not talking about the Cowboys or the team in Washington, all right? Like those dudes literally had their Super Bowls on fucking VHS, all right? Let's be real.
I know,
it wasn't a thing.
I got my DVDs. I got that shit. I might actually put it on to feel better on fucking Sunday. I tell you that.
Nah, you know what? Listen, and John kind of brought up a good point with the Super Bowls and everything else like that. People talk about how, we were spoiled with Eli Manning in the fact that he was so adorable. And now we weren't used to not having our quarterback for a couple of games during the regular season because this dude was an Iron Man and played every fucking game pretty much, right? Until he got benched by McAdoo. But whatever, that's another whole day for another story. But anyhow, what else we were spoiled with was winning. Look, if you look back with the exception of, and you're wearing it for you guys watching on YouTube, Mike has on a fucking New York Knicks hat. With the exception of the Knicks, unless you're a Knicks, Mets, Jets, and Rangers fan, you're kind of used to winning, all right? Like you root for the Yankees, they win, right? Maybe not in the last few years, but fine. You root for the Giants, we've won the most Super Bowls in New York, right? Bills haven't even fucking won one, and the Jets had one in 1969 when the fucking NFL had just started, all right? So, you're used to that shit. So when you get used to something, right, you're used to seeing a good product, you're used to seeing a team winning, and now all of a sudden we're in this drought.
Yeah.
It's fucking confusing almost, right? You're just not used to that shit. You're like, I don't know how to react. I don't know what I want to see. I think, that's why everybody's frustrated. That's why you got people that are fucking angry and they want to just yell all the time and take shit out. And then you got people that are just trying to stay as fucking, pessimistic as possible. And they're just like, don't worry, man. We can fix this. It's like we just need a couple of pieces of screwed together here and there and we're good to go. We're going to be like a Super Bowl team. And you got guys like us that are kind of caught in the middle, or like myself, where you just sort of like, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Is it that we did win for so many years and we expected all the time, and now it's like, all right, I have this expectancy and it's just not occurring, and now I don't know what's going on anymore. It's kind of like if you go out to the bars and you pick up and you go meet women all the time, and then I don't know, you got a little older, you gained a little weight, your hair went back a little bit, and you don't get the kind of attention you used to do, right? So now you're at the fucking gym, you're firing it up, you're doing extra sets, you're running a few extra miles, you're trying to get back to the way you were, right? So I don't know. It's to me, it's probably a combination of all that shit. And then now you add in all this social media and all this other bullshit that didn't exist. It really didn't exist. There was nobody fucking tweeting 10 years ago. You didn't hear none of that shit. There wasn't people running around with TikTok and YouTube videos and all this kind of shit. There was none of that. So now that you have all that, it's just extra people just feeding that shit, feeding that dragon that's in your mind. And I think that has a lot to do with it as well. You know what I mean? And it makes these guys feel that they have to say something. They have to be, quote unquote, pleased with how the fucking performance was, And I really think that's the bottom line as to why it feels so much worse losing like this the last few years.
I guess so. Unfortunately, that's where we are now, man. But hey, listen, on to the Chargers next week. Justin Herbert's probably gonna fucking score about 17 points and beat us 17-6. Because Fromm will have probably a touchdown, but they'll miss the extra point somehow. Something stupid will happen. the ref will call a flag and we'll lose 17-6, and that'll be the exact spread because the spread's like 10.5, 11 points right now. That'll be the game right here. Book it. Take the Chargers, man.
10.5.
Is it really that high?
By the half a point and take the Chargers. All right, we're gonna fucking get destroyed. This is a Chargers coming town.
Well, listen, I mean, we do have to go out. We do have to go out to
there, right? Yeah,
out to LA.
it's a
Not
wrap.
like that's made a
They're out in Arizona
at all for the Giants at all this season.
Oh yeah, they
right?
are in Arizona. That's right. I forgot about that. They actually kept them out there to party. Good for him, man. Good for Joe Judge of the team. I tell you, man. As much as fucking crap the media just fucking pours down Judge's throat about every little goddamn thing, the team likes him, man. The fucking players like playing for him. They play hard for him, obviously. You watch them on Sunday. They could easily quit and lie down, but goddamn, man, you watch the game and they're fucking out there trying, man. They're not one of these teams that, like, you know, we had like, you know, guys, coaches like McAdoo and Shermer. I mean, there was games where like guys literally just quit on them. You could just see it. And people are trying to
IVs at halftime.
yeah, fucking Odell. And then people like trying to chime in and saying, oh, you know, it's worse ever. The Joe Judge ever is worse than that. I'm like, no, you obviously can't. You have like selective amnesia because that was some terrible fucking football, man. I watched games towards the end of the season. It was just like, Jesus Christ. My guys were just letting up. Remember Janoris Jenkins just not even fucking playing D, and that carried over to the locker room. But I don't want to get all like into that kind of shit. But listen, like, you know, maybe the draft come around this year, you know, new management, new something hopefully changes and we get back on track, man. We'll see what happens.
Listen, that's kind of all we can hope for and look into is that, you know what I mean? Like, look, you know,
take a break before I kill myself, Jules. I don't want to talk. I'm like, I feel down. I feel down talking about this. I want some positivity.
Like I said, but you got to go to the fucking gym now. Got to pump out a couple extra sets and run like another mile out there, right? So you get back in there, look in the mirror, you're like, yeah, look at
I just want to get a fucking big ice cream right now. Just fucking sit in the corner, watch Lifetime Network.
Like a whole gallon of ice cream, just sit there with like chocolate syrup and just keep fucking pouring on it and eating it.
Dude, peanut butter cup, like with some.
Is ice cream your like go-to snack?
Yeah, I love ice cream, dude. Sometimes I'll just like, you know, driving on my route there, not, you know, lunchtime or afternoon or whatever. I'll see a cold song, like I might pop in. I just might pop in there. Yeah, like that peanut butter cup perfection is like, and no joke, I'll do it after the gym too. I was like, sometimes I hit the gym during my lunch instead of work, and I'm like, yo, fuck it, like this is chocolate ice cream, like protein, chocolate milk, it's fucking same shit, you know. Put a little sprinkles on top, peanut butter cup.
Yeah, just like a pound more sugar, but other than that, you know, not bad.
Yeah.
You
My
know?
cousin likes ice cream like that too. That's funny. Jules, what's your go-to snack?
Pizza, bro. I mean, like
pizza. 11 o'clock. Yeah,
It's gotta
be treat.
No, but you don't understand, dude.
It can't be Elio's at 11 o'clock at night. You gotta pick a treat, man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
I guess chocolate then.
Chocolate.
Yeah, chocolate. Yeah, I got it in chocolate. Like, yeah, but like I can get
Like
a little
Hershey
fancy with
bar,
that
like
shit. Like if I'm gonna fuck with chocolate, if I'm really gonna fuck with chocolate, I'll go out and I'll get like these like fucking like $10 like chocolate bars and shit that are like super fucking high top fancy, like dark chocolate from fucking like Peru and fucking other parts of South America and Central America.
No, you don't.
Yeah, bro. Like I get fancy with that shit, man. Like
You get those Easter bunny chocolates and shit, man. Like fucking $5.
When he said he'll go get the $10 and they got out, I first thought it was an Easter bunny.
You breaking that
exactly.
into the part.
You get that shit with like some almonds and some cherry, like dried up cherries in them. Oh man, that's just fantastic, dude.
Jules running in there like, where the Cadbury eggs and shit at?
If it ain't Milky Way, I don't want it.
Fuck, you guys are making me hungry, man. Let's take a quick commercial break, right? And then I guess we'll come back and talk some more shit and do the picks.
That's it, bro.
All right. So we'll be right back. We'll be right back on the BBO NYG podcast. All right, guys, we are back with the BBO NYG podcast. Guys, I guess it's time to go on these picks. We're having a little issue with the website, guys. So if you're trying to log in to do your picks today, they're saying they're all locked. We emailed the guy, so hopefully we'll get that straightened out so you can enter your picks in for the week. You just probably got to wait until tomorrow. But we're going to do our picks anyway this week. Are you guys ready?
Yeah, man, I write them down anyway so I could talk shit usually about it because, like I said, I was all in on the Colts. I told you that. I was like, that's my money ball pick. Like, you could have had an easier game last week than the Colts. Like, if you looked at the entire board, the Colts, the Jets, like all these little teams. I said, listen, did I miss one or two? Of course. But I guarantee you the ones that I missed we can rewind the tape from last week, were the ones where I was like, look, in a real likely scenario, I wouldn't bet this game. So I'll take the home team. In a likely scenario, I would take this game because I don't like it, right? That's usually what I'll say. But the ones that I'm like, hammer that shit home, baby. Been pretty on money. That's all I got to say.
You got to start betting in real life. Bet hard.
I know, man. I tell you, if it wasn't for that Iowa-Michigan game, I would have slammed some shit home last Sunday. But you know what? It happens, right? It happens.
I had that one fucking parlay I showed you with Houston. I hit the other two. Houston losing to Cincinnati. I thought they were going to upset them because Houston got a good offense, but nope. They had to fucking get crushed after I sent that text to you guys because it was a close game. Then all of a sudden I sent that text. I knew it was a jinx. And then all of a sudden they just got fucking blown out. But whatever.
You like those parlays. I don't know if you saw it. I think it was like on Barstool or one of them, one of these sites or whatever. That guy put in the bet first player to score a touchdown in like 4 games or something like that. He put down like a $25 bet, and it was like Leonard Fournette to be the first to score in a Tampa game. I forgot who, Jonathan Taylor, this, that, and he hit like 4 for 4, and that $25 won him like 100 or like 75 grand or some shit like that. I was like,
no way.
It was literally like he picked 4 players from 4 separate teams to say that this one player on the entire team would score the first touchdown of the game. And it ended up being that way. It was like Leonard Fournette, because I had him on my fantasy team, so I knew it was him. And it was like Jonathan Taylor and a couple other guys. And sure enough, this dude hit and fucking like 75 grand for $25.
You could do that because on the prop bets on DraftKings, you could parlay prop bets together and it gives you these incredible odds, man. And like, you could make it killing, man. I'm telling you guys, like, if you're in New York, drive to New Jersey or Connecticut right now and just put these parlay in because, man, you get some incredible fucking action on that, man. It gets you fucking pumped. I almost won 1.5 million, man, if it wasn't for the Houston Texans losing the goddamn fucking Dolphins. But whatever. 1 out of 7. 1 out of 7, man. I had 6 out of 7. Fuck. Oh, it's still pissing me off, man. I would have quit this podcast probably and just fucking moved. Maybe I wouldn't quit. I would have done the podcast from like a fucking island or some shit.
Yeah. But, where was it? Where's our favorite island right now? In the Caribbean, if I'm not mistaken, right? The Caribbean or whatever.
Key West.
No. First of all, that's Florida, but whatever.
Bora Bora. Turks and Caicos.
Turks and Caicos. Thank you.
Boom. All right. So listen, I'm not a millionaire yet.
All right, that's the deadline, right? If any one of us 3 hits one of these crazy whacked out parlays one day, even if it's like I said, like $25 to win 75 grand, he flies the other 2 down to Turks and Caicos for like a week.
And then we watch the Giant game there on the big screen right on the beach.
We watch the Giants game. We do the podcast. Done.
I'm waiting.
75 grand. How much going to fucking cost, right? Seriously.
All right, it's got to be something over at least 100 grand to make that fucking trip happen. All right, so let's go. Let's go with these picks, man. We got to get back on track. If you guys want to know the standings, I don't, but we're pretty terrible.
I don't either.
Rob is crushing it right now. Rob is at 145. Then Woody's down to 133. Man, he lost it. Then he got.
I think what happened was they switched usernames, and Woody was like so good. Right. If you give me your username and password, I'll make you beat me. And the dude Rob was like, all right, we split the winning. Let's do it.
Man, and we're getting crushed. We're down to 113. Yeah. We got to make up like 30.
You know what we got to do, guys? John, you got to be down with this. No more fucking taking the Giants and moneyballing them. That's it.
Oh, no.
Done with the Giants, all right?
It's over. Our fucking run of terror is over. All right. First game is a Thursday night game. We got Minnesota Vikings. They're at home. They're -3 against Pitt.
So here we go. I'm going to start off right away and be like, so if I was actually in a casino and wanting to bet or driving between fucking Connecticut and New Jersey, I wouldn't touch this game. I don't like it. I think both these teams are fucking Jekyll and Hyde.
Yep.
I hate it. I fucking hate this game. I don't know who's going to show up. Is Ben Roethlisberger and Deontay Johnson of the mid-3rd quarter and 4th quarter of last week's game going to show up? Is the Vikings, who just fucking lost to Detroit, going to? I mean, dude, like, you hear the teams are talking about. In a weird way, though, I think this is when they go on that kind of little run and they know that they just beat the Ravens and you know, Cincinnati just lost, and you know, the door is there. The opportunity started to open again. I think the Steelers sneak it out. I like the Steelers.
I think I'm gonna go with the Steelers too, man, because I think Adam Thien's out with a knee injury.
Oh,
Like
see,
he left the game early too, so that's another reason. So yeah, we gotta.
and they got no Dalvin Cook still, right?
No Dalvin Cook. I don't think he's back.
Yeah,
So
I gotta take those Steelers on the roll +3. I know it's a tough one, but
I
I'll
don't
go.
care.
Yeah,
I don't
Steelers it
care.
is.
You know, if I don't care that Big Ben's arm retired like 3 years ago and his body's still playing. I'll still take Pittsburgh because it's fucking Pittsburgh and they're getting points. Like Steelers getting points is just you got to kind of take that bet. All right, next game. The Browns are at home. They're -2.5 against the Ravens. Wow.
The Browns coming off a bye, and their running game is finally healthy. Did the Ravens get exposed? I mean, listen, what was it? 2 weeks ago, Lamar had like 5 turnovers or something like that, and they still pulled out the win. And he's like, I got to get better. And then they end up losing to the Steelers. Are they exposed? Is what I got to say. Browns on a bye, fully healthy. See, and I say fully healthy with a grain of salt, because is Baker really fully healthy? But their running game is back. I think their running game is the reason why they got that 2.5, though I hate the 2.5 point favorite. I'm going to go Browns here. I'm going to go Browns.
You know,
I'm going to go Ravens because most teams lose coming off of a bye.
Nah, I got to decide, huh? I tell you what, like it's like funny, like everybody's like, oh, we could have had Lamar Jackson. He went like 32nd. I'm like, yeah, so could any other team. But the dude, if he goes down in games, my man and his offense, they can't play behind because he's so erratic at throwing the ball and trying to run for first downs. Like, I don't know what is it. I mean, sure, he's electric, he's exciting, but if you can't play from behind and win games, like what's the point of playing football, right? I mean, you need to be good in the clutch. And honestly, Lamar hasn't shown that.
He did win some. He did win a couple. He did win a Monday night game, and that Sunday night game is Kansas City, where he did come from behind. Even though, and I listen, I'm Lamar's biggest critic, but he did. He has shown some of that. It's the consistency with knowing that if you're down, that he can come back, that he lacks.
Right.
That's what it is. He doesn't consistently. At least he hasn't proven he can consistently win like that.
Yeah, it was a good game, that Monday night game. I remember that, but yeah, you just don't see it often, man. You don't, like Tom Brady goes out there, you know he's gonna win the game. You know, certain quarterbacks are just so good they're gonna win it.
Right.
So I don't think Lamar's like one of them. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Browns too, man. Browns it is. Yep.
Shit.
All right, next game. This is fucking weird because the Saints have just been playing like goddamn crap. Saints are -5 against the Jets. I almost want to take the Jets because the Saints they suck, man. They fucking suck.
I almost don't want to take anybody.
Yeah, I'd rather not.
Like, wow, like, you want to talk about a game that, like, unless you're a fan or you know something that we don't, why in the world would you ever bet this game? God. I mean, who's quarterback?
Just so you guys know.
Huh?
So I'm going Saints, just so you guys know.
Wow. All right. Look at that shit. Saints, huh?
I think I'm gonna go with the Jets, Jules.
Are you really? Huh?
Yeah, because the Saints just let you down, man. So yeah, you got to decide on that one.
Oof. This is, you know what? Give me the home team. Wait, hold on. Is Kamara healthy?
I don't know. I think they're gonna shut him down again, man. Every week this Haney practice, and they're gonna put him on the field.
Right. To me, that's the deciding factor currently. If Kamara's healthy, I go Saints. If he's not, I go Jets.
Even if he plays, is he gonna play a full game? No.
Yeah, but
we have no quarterback because Trevor Siemian got to play because
he makes other people better. He really does. And that kid Michael Carter, right? I don't think he's playing yet for the Jets. I think he's out at least another week. So, any news on Kamara? I mean, I know it's still early in the week, but
it's questionable.
He's just listed as question. What is this? What is this injury of his?
I think a knee, right?
Let me look it up. I got off the page. I didn't know you were going to ask me that.
Gotta be ready for everything. No, I'm kidding. I don't know. Like I said, to me, yes, I think Kamara can make a difference where this defense does play well at times as far as the Saints are concerned. And with a healthy Kamara, that could be the difference maker. But then again, you know what, Mike? They're fading out of that playoff picture quick. What is the Saints record currently?
Real quick.
5-7.
They're 5. So they're hanging by a thread. This is such a terrible game. I'm gonna go
It doesn't
Jets.
say why.
Because you know what? The Jets show up for this fucking game. You know, like at this meaningless bullshit. This is like their Super Bowl against an NFC team. Yeah, I'll go Jets here.
I don't like that 5-point spread either way. So Jets it is. All right, next game. Panthers, they're at home. They're -2.5 against my hated team, the goddamn Atlanta Falcons. Fuck them. They almost covered against Tampa Bay when I had Tampa Bay -11. I needed a late field goal because these fucking Falcons are just assholes.
Falcons are gonna win, bro.
Fuck them.
I do like the Falcons. I do
Carolina.
like the Falcons.
I'm taking Carolina all day.
All right, John.
Falcons.
Falcons.
Fuck Matt Rule.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
Fucking Falcons. All right,
And the
next game.
Falcons still sneak in there. Yeah, they're gonna beat Carolina. I feel it.
This is a weird game, division game. Titans, they're at home. They're -9 against Jacksonville.
I want to go Jacksonville.
I'm going Jacksonville. I'm taking them.
I know the Titans are slipping, but like unless that dude Deonta Foreman is just gonna like light it up for them. I mean, is Brown healthy? I know, like who's healthy on that team?
I don't know.
I don't even know who's healthy. Only because I don't know who's healthy on the Titans, I will take the Jags with the points.
Yep, Jags it is.
Nine's a lot. I'm good with the Jags. I do think the Titans are going to win by a pretty decent amount, but nine's a lot.
Actually, I like Jacksonville with an upset on the money line. I think I might take them.
Really?
All right. Well, we'll see what happens. I'll probably lose more money.
Parlay, you put down $50 and you might win $2 million.
Parlay, here we go. That's happening this week. All right, next game. This another game I like the underdogs where I might parlay it. Seattle's in Houston. Seattle's -7. Seattle hasn't been playing right. Sure, they beat San Fran, but Seattle's still up and down this year. They're a weird team. I like Houston.
They are up and down, but to me, especially with Detroit winning this past Sunday, I think the Texans are the worst team in the NFL, and that's why I'm not going to count Russell out. I think he is healthy. I think the Seahawks win. I really do.
Yeah,
John?
definitely go with the Seahawks.
Seahawks. Okay. Seahawks it is. All right. Next game, division game. In our division, I don't even care anymore. Cowboys are -4 against the Washington football team. I don't give a shit who wins.
All right. 1, 2, 3, say it. 1, 2, 3, Cowboys.
I mean,
probably.
Yeah. Fuck is Washington. I know. Damn, dude. You know what? Oh my God, I could kind of see this being a tight game, and I like the 4 points, and I like Washington being at home, where I think their stadium can hold like 75,000, and only 20,000 are going to show up, and unless Dallas decides to pack out Washington, I don't know.
They will.
Yeah, you know what? I've been off of Dallas all year. I'm going Washington with this one. Give me the 4 points.
Man, I got to go with Cowboys, man. Cowboys, it is. Next game, Chiefs. They're at home. They're -9.5 against the Raiders, another divisional game. I got to go with the Raiders on this one. Kansas City's been playing hot, and they covered their last couple games. I think they do. And Raiders played them tight usually.
Yeah, they beat them last time, didn't they?
Last year they beat them. I don't know about this year.
Is Darren Waller healthy?
I don't think he's playing, Jules.
Yeah, so he's not playing. I mean, I know Jacobs was running good. What's his name? Kenyon Drake just broke his fucking ankle.
The backup, yeah.
Yeah, they're down to like, dude, no. I think the Chiefs can come out and make a statement. The Chiefs are going to realize that the Patriots that fucking only threw the ball 3 times last night and still somehow beat Buffalo. No, this is a statement game for the Chiefs at home, where they will come out and beat a divisional opponent to show them that they're the ones in the AFC West and that they're fighting for that number 2, number 1 seed. Yeah, no, I like the Chiefs, man. I really like the Chiefs here.
Yeah, you kind of fucking changed my mind. No Waller. All right, I got to go with Kansas City too, man. Got to do it. All right, next game.
There's a reason why that line's almost at 10, man.
Well, here's another line that's 10.5. It's Chargers. They're at home. They're -10.5 against God knows Jake from State Farm, quarterback in the Giants now. So we're fucked. We're fucked. I'm surprised the spread ain't like 20. To be honest with you.
I like that. Jake from instead of State Farm, State from. Right? How you say his last name? From?
Yeah, Jake from.
Jake from State Farm. Right? Yeah, no, I already said it. I said it earlier.
Chargers.
I'm not taking the fucking Giants this week. I don't give a fuck. Maybe that helps them win. I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm glad
Chargers.
that you guys are picking the pick for me, so I don't have to actually pick.
Don't say it online. All right. Next game, the Broncos. This is where they're at home. They're -8 against the Detroit Lions, who got their first win. I don't know, man. Kind of like the Lions, bro.
Me too.
Really? I'm going to tell you why I like the Broncos, but obviously we're going to go with the Lions here. Yep. The Lions, they got their win. They shot their load. They're not going to go all the way to Mile High and win against the Broncos team who's 6-6, who still technically got a shot at the playoffs.
That's why I said about the Eagles, Jules. And look what happened to me. Fucking lost a shitload of money that day.
Hey, that's cool. I guess the pot will go with the Lions, but my pick would be the Broncos.
All right, next game, the Bengals. They're at home against the 49ers. Bengals are -0.5 a point. This is the game of the week. It's at 4:30 for this a 4:25 game. So it's gonna be a good game this week, I think, between those two squads.
That's an interesting game. That's a very interesting game. I think, and only because of this, no Deebo Samuel, and that was a huge part of San Francisco's success of late, even though Kittle had an amazing game. I think just because of no Deebo Samuel, I got to go Bengals at home.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
Bro, the Bengals this week are going to guarantee themselves to have both a 1,000-yard rusher and a 1,000-yard receiver.
Man,
already. And we had that.
We don't have that sounds like it's pretty good.
3 people together, bro.
I know. I don't even know some of our wide receivers' name. There was a guy catching balls out the other day. I'm like, am I fucking that
Farrell
drunk?
Cooper?
Yeah, I'm like, who? I'm like, wasn't he a comic on SNL? Farrell Cooper. Jesus.
All right, so
we're going with the Bengals, man. Bengals got they got the offense. Jealous. All right, next game. Oh, this should be a good game.
Wait, you want to talk about offenses now?
This is offensive right here. It's Tampa Bay.
Do we know what the under/over is for this one?
I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Because I'll tell you that I like a lot. Even I'm just gonna put it out there, and I haven't looked yet.
48.5.
How much?
That's not bad.
How much?
48.5.
What?
That's not bad at all.
Yo,
48.5.
You better add that to the motherfucking parlay because 48.5 should definitely be handled. Okay.
Yeah. Yep. I'll be making a drive to Connecticut tomorrow.
I don't even think we talking about what game we're talking about here, but we were talking about the Bucks versus the Bills in Tampa. Bills, Bucks.
Which game are you asking about?
Bucks and the Bills.
Oh, I was
about there's no way that shit's at 48. I'm about to drive across Staten Island right now.
Bro, it's 47.5 for this
what?
game.
47 of them?
I'm just kidding. It's 52.5.
That's more like it.
That's more like it. That is definitely more like it. I mean, I still like 52.5 to go over, especially after you had that cold fucking Monday night game. Now they're going to go down to nice sunny fucking Tampa. Yeah, dude.
Unless it pours. Imagine they get a fucking rainstorm after a fucking windstorm in Buffalo. Then they're going to go down there. They're going to get hit by the rain. Yo, Buffalo's falling. They used to be the best team in the division. Now it's the fucking Patriots. I'm taking Tom Brady. I'll never go against Tom Brady. Ever.
Yeah, I think I got to go with you on this one. You know what? They've been too inconsistent for me. Their running game is suspect. Their defense can get run on. Yeah, I mean, it's hard not to take the Bucks in this game. I got to go Tampa.
You see their coach kind of called out the players fucking last night? Did you hear that?
No, I didn't.
After the game, McDermott, the coach of the Bills or whatever, he was like, they asked him a question like, did you get out coached? And he's like, no, I didn't get out coached by Bill Belichick. It was mostly to do with the guys not executing, certain things. I'm like, holy shit, they pretty much you would never hear that. Imagine if Judge said that in fucking New York or any other head coach for that matter. But you don't really hear it. It's not that big of a deal. Like, oh, he's just tough coaching them. I'm like, yeah, sure.
They're only one game above 500, the Bills. They're not exactly world beaters right now.
I know. Like, also, like, you remember that streak with Josh Allen?
7-5.
Josh Allen wasn't playing that great, the past few weeks. He kind of fell off. Like, that's what happens in football, man. You start off hot, then you slump, then you get back. It's football, man. Any given Sunday, right? Except for us, it's every Sunday we just lose. All right, Packers. Packers are at home. They're minus 12.5 against the Bears. That's
Well,
a
if we go with
lot.
John, we go with John's rule that fucking, they suck coming off of a bye. And yes, you would got to go to the Bears. But then we, like there's that part of me that's like, no, the Bears suck.
They suck.
They suck. It's in Green Bay. Green Bay's, I think, got to now kind of make a little bit of a statement and show that they're the big dogs in the NFC, because everybody's back on the Arizona bandwagon. The Rams could kind of like come out of it. We'll see what happens, because I believe they're playing each other, right? Yeah, that's Monday night's game. We're getting ready to get to that. So all the focus is going to be on them. To me, this is the time where Aaron Rodgers, that defense, they all step up and they handle their divisional opponent. They probably win by like 17.
I can see that. Packers, it is. All right, the last game. Cardinals, they're at home. This should be a good game. Cardinals are at home. They're minus 2.5 against the Rams. This is the Monday night game.
Oh, the Cardinals are 10-2.
Yo, they're nasty.
So fucking irritating.
If they didn't get hurt, if those guys didn't get hurt, they probably still.
So wait, guys, I gotta just break up the fucking pick'em session for a quick moment, and we only do that. We only do that when we have absolute breaking news. And I don't know how breaking this is, how crazy it's gonna be, but I think it's kind of funny, and I thought it was worth a mention. Just got an alert. It's saying that the Duke Blue Devils, right? They're now in the ACC or whatever, are eyeing Jason Garrett to be their head coach. Yes, that's right. You heard it here first on the Big Blue Offensive, the BBONYG podcast. Yes, breaking news as of right now from Bleacher Report. They're dropping it first, saying that the former Cowboys head coach and Giants offense coordinator is on the radar for the head coaching position for the Duke Blue Devils. And what quarterback went there?
You know who? Our starting guy, and also Dave Brown.
It's so weird connection with this going on in the universe. I don't know, but yes, breaking news.
Watch your offense score the most fucking points in college fucking football history. I guarantee you that kind of shit happens, man. I guarantee you.
So something to keep an eye on, guys, because there's gonna be lots of jokes and memes going on with that shit if he is hired by the Duke Blue Devils. But anyhow, I know again we're talking about the Monday night game, which look, that should be a fucking hell of a game. It's tough. I want to hate on the Cardinals, but I can't. They've been winning games. They're at home. They beat the Rams already this year, and because of that, and the fact that the Rams have been down, they haven't been playing that great. Von Miller, Odell Beckham, you wouldn't even know they were on the team. I think the Rams win. So yeah, I'll take the 2.5. I think there's just too much on the line for them versus what the Cardinals would give up by a loss. And it's a divisional game. And if you can't get that team up for this game and they don't come out firing, then they'll make the playoffs, but they're done in my mind.
I don't know. The Rams offense is like weird. Ever since they lost Woods, they really have no wide receiver that could go over the middle anymore. Like, Odell's not going to do that. He's more of just an outside threat. He don't want to get hurt. I mean, I seen a play like for a touchdown. Odell kind of just bailed on it. He didn't like jump all the way. I'm like, you fucking pussy. So I'm going to take
Odell. We know.
I'm going to take.
Do you guys know how many yards Cooper Kupp has?
Probably 1 million.
No, seriously, guess.
Probably way over, like probably 1,500 yards right by now.
1366, bro.
And how many catches? Like 92 or something?
100.
100, yeah.
Bro, all right. Let's just and giggles. I want to compare and see how many receivers. He might be pacing our top 4 receivers by himself.
By combined?
You mean if you compare Cooper Kupp's stats to a combination of New York Giant receivers?
He's got his beat.
He's got his beat, bro.
You don't even need to look.
Tony Galladay. You don't even look it up. But Tony Galladay, Slayton, and probably even Shepard. You could put all 4 of them together, and I can almost guarantee you that he's got definitely more TDs. He's got more catches, and he's got more yards.
Oh my god!
Fucking doubt about it.
Hold on. All right. So you want to talk about touchdowns? He's 11 touchdowns.
Right.
We have one receiver has 2 touchdowns on our team. It's Evan Ingram. Then you have to take all the other ones receiving touchdowns and add them together, and you still aren't going to beat him. Well, you might. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So our entire team has
Tied.
as many combined receiving touchdowns as Cooper Kupp has. Now, if we talk about the yards per game,
Pathetic.
I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do. All right, so let's do a 409.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, but again, like I said, if you just took the top 4 receivers that were going into this season for the New York Giants and combined their total stats, you could even probably throw in John Ross at the mound with that, right? Call him the number 5 guy. Those 5 guys do not have nearly half as many touchdowns. Receptions, maybe 50, if that, 60.
God, I can't believe we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
All right, hold
I mean,
on,
like
hold
the fact that we brought this up is insane.
Hold
It
on,
is
I just got to tell you.
I'm embarrassed.
The 1366 for Cooper
Kupp.
Kupp.
Right.
If you take Kenny Galladay, Kadarius Toney, Evan Ingram, and Sterling Shepard, who are our top 4 receivers yardage wise, from 1366, you take the 4 of those, it's 1459, or about 94 yards of a difference. So there's a chance
Cooper
that
Kupp's
by
going to
the
break
time-
it. He's gonna-
he might actually break it.
After this
He might
Monday
actually
night.
outpace her.
Prop bet.
Tony's probably not playing. Tony's probably not playing.
Nope.
Gotti might not play. Shepard's not going to play. He actually might outpace our entire top, not like the bottom 4,
The top.
4 receivers, and he lapped our team in receiving touchdowns.
Yeah, we all got to bet that prop bet, right? Am I right? Like, what the
No,
fuck?
if we can get Vegas to put it out, yeah, but Cooper Kupp's gonna be the favorite. It's gonna be like this: Cooper Kupp minus 700. That he has more catches and receiving yards than the entire Giants wide receiving team for this week's game, week 14.
If you made that bet with me in the beginning of the year, I would have took $1 million bet. Like, yeah, just laughed at you, and then I would have had to jump off the GW.
We're like, yo, this is how I'm gonna spend your money, bitch.
All right, it's time. When we need, I can't talk no more.
we got to money ball this and wrap this bitch up. I got.
We need 4. We need 4. I know who I'm rolling with, man.
All right, then go ahead. You jump out, go first, man. You money ball
Tampa.
first.
I'm going with Tampa.
Whoa. Damn.
Lions.
Whoa.
Lions.
We didn't even pick the Lions. We didn't even pick the Lions. We threw them on the side. Here we go.
Oh man, I forgot that you guys took the Broncos.
No, I took the Lions. I took the
Oh,
Lions.
we did take the
Oh,
Lions.
yeah.
All right. Lions.
Jules,
It
you're
is.
fucking me up, Jules.
Lions, Bucks.
Lions.
Now we
Yeah.
need Jules. We need you, and then we know one to agree on. So Jules, who do you
Hey.
like?
I think Bengals should be 1 too.
Well, maybe that might be one of the ones we agree on. I'm not necessarily gonna like throw it down on that. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna, you know what? I stood up for them. It was earlier on during the whole session. I'm gonna go Steelers. I'm gonna money the Steelers.
Are you guys good with doing the Bengals?
I could go with the Bengals. I could go with the Browns. I could go with Jacksonville getting all those fucking points.
I think, you know what?
I mean, I could go with the Chargers because it just seems like that's the obvious what's going to happen on Sunday. I mean,
No, we
James
will
Brown.
not take a money ball against the Giants.
We said we're leaving.
All right.
I'm
gonna change mine to fucking
season. Whether or not you go against it or for it, it don't matter. Like, enough with the Giants. Fuck that.
Packers?
Weren't we all kind of like we all kind of say Bengals, right? There
Yeah.
wasn't any one of us that said no to the Bengals, right?
We
I
did
guess
say
then that's the
Bengals.
one. Right? That was a unanimous pick there.
Yeah, I guess so. I
All
guess we can ride with the Bengals.
Bengals it is. That's the last money ball. But we'll see whose money ball wins. We got the Lions, the Steelers, and Tampa. Mike with the Tampa one.
Let's get it.
Woo-wee. Oh man, talking about fuck you, Josh Allen and the Bills.
Yeah, that 2018 draft, man. Everybody's like, "Oh, he's the best draft pick." We should have got. Let me not get into it, man. I'll go down
I was
rabbit hole
going to
right
go
now.
along the lines of like, oh, you guys say you're a Buffalo, you want to be New York's team. Well, welcome to New York now. Every team in New
Yeah.
York fucking sucks.
Right, welcome to the misery.
Except real quick, if you want to watch something that could be enjoying, might not be, who the hell knows? You know, you got the NYCFC coming into play for the actual championship, the MLS championship this Saturday at 3:00. All right. So you know what? They got me a little caught up because I have got to a couple games. You know, I think like the Yankees organization owns like 25% of the team or 20% of the team. So, you know, there's a little bit of tie there. They play in the Bronx at Yankee Stadium. So I've gone to a couple games. They're fun. You know, they're cool. Look, it's not world-class football or soccer, however you call it, but it's still pretty cool to watch. And it's still a New York team, right? New York City. They're playing the championship out in Seattle against Seattle. So hopefully they win. We'll see. It's the first time they're ever in the finals, but that could be a bright spot for the New York teams. Considering the Knicks started off great, looked like shit. The Giants are the Giants, the Jets are the Jets. The Islanders. I think the Rangers are having a pretty good season, aren't they? That's something to root for the New York teams. Who knows?
I don't even know.
Listen, obviously we die hard with Big Blue Offensive Podcast, but we do like all of our New York teams and we try to root for them as much as possible. But with that said, who the hell knows what this weekend is going to bring? Maybe Jake from State From comes out and lights it up, right? It looks like he did when he was at Georgia. I doubt it too, but you never know, right? And him and Herbert have a shootout on Sunday.
No way.
Sorry. I just cracked myself up. That's how ridiculous that sounded. But anyway,
we'll edit that
I hope
out.
you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you come back next week. We're going to have more things lined up with this craziness because we have 5 more weeks of this nonsense of a football season that's left for us Giants fans. But for now, hit us up at the BBONYG podcast. Hit us up for some t-shirts and sweatshirts. We've been giving them stuff out like fucking candy lately.
Write a review. Thanks for the people to write a review, Jules.
That's right. You got to write a review and DM us with a picture of that review or email us. You know, the email is, what is it again, Mike? Big Blue Offensive Podcast at
Gmail or AOL, either one.
Either one. All right. BBONYG is the Twitter handle. Definitely hit us in one of those spots. Show us the picture, show us the review, and you'll get all the details on how to get some free t-shirts. We get a lot of good feedbacks.
Website's coming.
We got a website out there coming. We'll give you some more information on that probably next week in regards to what that's going to look like and how it's going to be set up and everything else. And then once that's up and running, you'll be able to just kind of go on there and, order stuff from there as well. But anyway, that wraps up another show, all right? The Big Blue Offensive Podcast. We're out. We'll see you guys next week. Later.